Hi, welcome to another Jen Stampin' for Fun video. Today I just want to show you how to make this lovely winter card. We just did it at our technique class this past Monday, so I thought I would just show you how to do it. There's quite a few different techniques here, but what I wanted to highlight is the shadow stamping. Okay, and it just kind of gives that extra kind of white shadow over the leaves there, so it looks like there's snow on the leaves. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with our wonderful Whisper white paper. We'll put that down, and I'm going to use this stamp set called Lovely as a Tree. It has been so popular. I can't believe they haven't gotten rid of this set. I've been a demonstrator 7 years, and this set has been around all that time. It's so popular. So if you don't have it, you need to own it. And we're going to start with some Mossy Meadow ink. And I am just going to tap on the ink pad, and I'm going to stamp my tree. We'll just go right down about here. Straight down and straight up. We don't want to rock our stamp. And look at that. That's a wonderful image that we get. Now, with shadow stamping, we're going to need a tool called the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. And it looks like this. It's almost like a 90-degree level there. And then we need a clear transparency, which looks something like this. And so what we do is we're going to put it right butt up against this 90-degree corner. And we're going to ink up our tree again. And I'm going to stamp right onto the transparency. Now notice that the wood block is right up against this corner here. Okay? So I've seen people use this by accident in my classes, and they don't realize the importance of being in that corner, and they just kind of stamp randomly on the transparency. That doesn't work. I'll just tell you that right up front. Okay, so we'll come back to our sheet here, our Whisper White sheet, and we're going to lay our transparency on top. So the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig allows you to place your stamp image exactly where you want it. It's for perfect placement. So say I wanted a tree right next to it, I would put my transparency here. Okay, but since I'm doing shadow stamping, I'm going to just lay it right on top so that it matches exactly. And then I'm going to move it like a millimeter or so to the right. Maybe slightly up and to the right. Okay, so that's how we get that sort of shadow effect. And what we need to do is to clean our stamp, because right now we've got the Mossy Meadow on it, but I'm just going to clean it using our Stamp-A-Ma-Jig and a little bit of mist. This is a great, sorry, not Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, Stampin' Scrub, and we just mist it up. And it's really important to clean your stamps so that you don't kind of contaminate your ink pads. Your ink pads are designed for a certain color, and if you don't clean them, the color will just kind of become muddy over time. So we're done with the Mossy Meadow. I'm going to take out a Versamark ink pad, which is a very sticky ink, and now that I've cleaned my stamp, I am going to ink it up with the Versamark. Okay, so as I'm doing that, I just suddenly remembered that I didn't do a very important step, which is rubbing with the embossing buddy. This is a little pillow that has, I don't know, some sort of magic powder inside, and it takes away the static on the paper. And so we've done that. Put my transparency back, and remember, we're just going to put it on top and then move it to the right and up so that we've got that shadow effect. It's going to look like snow on the leaves, or I don't know, the pine leaves. I guess they're still leaves. Okay, so we're just going to put our level. We're going to remove our transparency, and then we use the wood block after I've inked it up with the Versamark right down in that corner. And that just ensures that I am stamping exactly where I want, which is slightly to the right and up. We'll move this away, take this up. Okay, and because my Versamark is so dirty, it's supposed to give a clear effect, but you can see because my Versamark's a bit dirty, it kind of gives a reddish tinge, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're going to pour clear embossing powder on top. Okay, Stampin' Up! Has all different kinds of embossing powders, but I'm going to use the clear one, and we're just going to pour it on top. And while I've got that, now it's very important to put the lid on. I have learned from experience because it's so easy We'll just move it a bit so that when I'm picking up something else, it doesn't fall over. And here's our card base. I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow, and I'll fold that. That'll be our card base so that our Mossy Meadow ink matches with our paper. Okay, and then I just use the inside of the card to kind of funnel the powder back into the jar. Okay, so into the jar it goes. And then I just use the crease to kind of pour this back in. So these are just all little tricks I do to try and keep my stamping area clean, although it still gets pretty crazy in there sometimes, but that's all just creative excitement. Okay, and then we're going to heat it up with the heat gun, or the heat tool, which is right here. Bzzz, we'll just heat it up, and then when you're done, you will have sort of a clear glaze on top. Okay, so it's like a clear powder on top. Like a clear, I don't know, shellac almost on top. And you can see the shadow right there. And to really make the shadow stand out, we're going to do another technique called sponging. And this is using the Marina Mist ink and our Stampin' Sponges. And we'll just sponge all over. So you can kind of see how the sky is coming out. Now, if you do want like a little moon in the corner, what I would do is I would use our punch. This is the 1 1/4 circle punch. And a Post-it note. So we'll use our Post-it note, and this is just a way, it's another technique called masking. So you see, when you come to one of my technique classes, quite often you're not just learning one technique, you're learning a number of different techniques. So it's really a great opportunity for a night out, and also to learn new things and go home with something beautiful. So there we go. So I've used the Post-it note to make a bit of a mask. Okay. And then we'll just sponge around with the Marina Mist, and that just really highlights that extra shadow there, which looks like snow on the tree. Okay, and then once we do all the Marina Mist, I'm using a bit of baked brown sugar ink, and we'll sponge that as well on the sides. Okay, so you see how that's coming together, and you can do the sky as dark or as light as you want. It's totally up to you. I might do a little more around the moon there. Okay, sorry, everything's shaking. The camera's on the table and the table's shaking, and that's okay. This is my exercise for the day, lots of shaking. Okay, and then we'll use this extra white piece here, another Whisper White piece. We'll sponge that as well with a little bit of baked brown sugar all around it. It just gives it a nice warm look. We'll do a bit of tearing. Again, this is another technique, and the main thing you need to know about tearing is tear towards you. So I'm tearing, there we go. And we're just gonna put that, that's gonna be our snow. And I love all the different adhesive that Stampin' Up! Offers. And I am using the two-way glue pen. Sometimes you have to kind of push it to get the glue running. It's in there somewhere. Okay, and then you're just going to lay it on top. Some of that glue, here we go. Just on the rough parts that you just tore the paper. Okay, and then we're going to pour some of our wonderful Dazzling Diamonds glitter on, and that will give us the snowy effect. Okay, and that's why I think from Club I've got all this glitter on my ink pads, just from that. But we'll just kind of rub it along with our finger, and you can push on the paper. Okay, there we go. And so that's how we get the snow, so that our finished card looks like this. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you'll come out and stamp with me. My technique class is available in person on the first Monday of the month, and you can contact me to come on out. Or if you live a little bit further away, or you're not able to come, contact me and you can get a little to-go kit, okay? And I'll send the cards to you. So hope you enjoyed this, and stamp with you soon. Bye.